to all those categories who today pay a disproportionate rates of interest. While corporates are paying 10%, many SMEs are paying anywhere to 1,000% per year. So we have agreed that we are going to organize the whole of that sector into viable entities, into SACCOs, into cooperatives, so that we can leverage and build capacity for enterprises at the bottom of the pyramid to be able to access credit that is reasonable, and that once organized, then it is possible to find government support or private sector support and build the necessary capacity so that we can drive out poverty at the lower level and allow the small, micro, medium enterprises to begin the journey of growing into bigger enterprises, into bigger institutions, and be able to make the hustlers at the bottom of the pyramid begin to leverage on what the interventions we are going to make to grow their enterprises. And that way, we can be able to expand at the bottom of the pyramid the number of taxpayers, so that it's not the 4 or 5 million people who pay tax today. We can go to 10, 12, 15 million taxpayers, and we can reduce the burden on those who are paying taxes today, because we have more people whom we have assisted to come into the platform where they can support our country, and we can progressively begin to exit the dangerous debt levels that currently are in our country, as we are able to fund our development using locally developed resources and locally raised taxes. So this is a very important conversation. I know you are aware that today marks exactly 1 year to the next election. And I am very happy that on day 1 of the last year, we are discussing matters economy, that we are not discussing all the other issues. I am very proud that the conversation in Kenya has changed. I welcome all the other leaders, including my competitors, to engage the people of Kenya on this very important subject of the economy. They should not be intimidated by the fact that we have a bottom-up economic model that is superior. I encourage them to look for alternative models, and they should not waste their time trying to discredit the bottom-up economic model. They should be telling us how their trickle-down economic model is going to do better, which it has not done for the last 50 years. And talking about models, I have seen some of my competitors say, let us not make this conversation about models. But I want to tell them two things. For us to connect 8 million people to electricity in the last 9 years, we changed the connection model. For us to construct more tarmac in Kenya, we changed the construction model and came up with 3 different designs. For us to build an extra 150 technical training colleges, we had to interrogate our education model. So, my friends, let us have a conversation about the economic model that will work. Don't try to run away and say this is not about models. And lastly, I don't know why people are confident or are comfortable with us discussing models of governance, whether it is presidential, parliamentary, or hybrid. But when we come to a discussion about an economic model, you want to tell us models are not important. My friends, models are important. Let's have a discussion about which model will pull our country from the place where we are, where we have 4 million people without jobs or underemployed, where we have 6 million Kenyans who are struggling business people and require support, and where we have close to another 6 million people in our farms who are on food relief. It is that situation that we must correct. And we can only correct that situation by having a conversation around our economy. And it is my considered view that a discussion about the economy will never suffice until we are discussing a bottom-up economic model that will lift the millions at the bottom and begin to journey them to the middle, build a bigger middle class, and be able to create a nation where nobody is left behind